Okay, I'm back. Finally going to show you how I made this video. So first of all, before I get into this, I just want to go through the applications I used to make this video. Obviously, as you can see here, I'm using DaVinci Resolve 19, which all you need is just a PC. This isn't like the premium version where it's like $300. This is the entire free version. I use Fire Alpaca for, I guess, I use Fire Alpaca for like this scene right here where I have like the tape measure moving and stuff. I don't think I had it saved, but basically what I do is just, oh, I have a green screen background and then I have this and I just move it with my mouse. And then later I just green screen it out, which I'll just get into in a second. But the Fire Alpaca is used for, I guess, turning web page images to PNGs. I guess highlighting some certain parts of the video, like marking stuff out. For this thing, I guess I just added this green screen overlay. And this, which I will get into a second, or like however long this video will be, I will show how I did this, which is 100% the hardest thing I did. Like editing wise is the hardest thing, but like just getting into this, I didn't expect to actually make this video with such high level of editing, which I'm happy I did, but this took way too long for no reason. And like first things first, I used Ultima's green screen mod, which you could just download off Game Banana or Unverum, which just allows you to turn any stage and just make it a green screen. So if I just remove the greens, if I just remove like the background from here, you can see that I had like a gray background here, which you could barely tell, but I used a gray background here because for some parts, like some characters would have green effects, and sometimes I'd had to change the green screen depending on what move it was. Sometimes it looked good, sometimes it doesn't. But it's really just, oh, you go to Open Effects, search 3D keyer, drag it in, turn this thing on, Open FX, boom. And then there you have it. And then Dispel is just like, obviously it cuts out, oh, I guess whatever colors sort of remaining. It's kind of like this residue that's kind of, it's hard to explain, but it just cuts out more of that color. I didn't really watch the entire video back. Oh, you can't really see it. Wait, if I just zoom in, you can see this sort of gray line here, which it is what it is. I think that appears in a lot of the video, which can really just be done by going to crop, and which one is this? So like this gray box right here, you could just go to cropping and then just turn the softness down and then it disappears. It's really hard to tell if a thing has a box or not because like my PC was about to explode anytime I played anything. So I definitely missed out on a lot of the gray boxes, and that's why you might see some lines there. But when you do green screen these and have them like maybe zoomed out a bit, these gray lines might appear, and you just have to turn down the softness just to actually fix it. Yeah, I don't really need to do anything with this project file anyway, so I guess I could just mess it up. But like this paper background, you go to generators, it's literally right there, it's built in. This part where they're just running was just really tedious to edit, which is just a lot of parts in this video, because see, as you can see right there, it barely even loaded. So you just go to playback quarter, the resolution looks like garbage, but it loads faster. You really just green screen every single character running, and then I guess just try to make it look good. And then this is where I thought, like this is where the entire idea of the video came from. I was like, what if I just add a background? What if I just add a different background for this segment? And then that one segment turned into 95% of every single clip in this video. And the way I got this background is obviously you have to own the fighting game. I mean, majority of the time, if it's like a retro video game, what I did for a lot of these, there's just this, I guess, thread of all these fighting game backgrounds, which this website was really useful when I ran out of like fighting game stages to record. If I didn't want to open up Guilty Gear Strive and then record 6 different stages or something, I just go to this website and then I'd get that segment done that I just really wanted to get done. Like this one you see in the video, this one you see in the video. And there's just a lot of these that I just never used in the video, so. But the one thing that's unique to this clip is that I moved the camera and the characters panned in. This is just a keyframing nightmare. Because if you go to the part where you see Lil Wayne and Eustace going in, you can see like this zoomed thing in the position. It like goes up. I have no idea what to recommend on how to get it look pretty good, because even then you can see that they're not really moving in that well. Like you could kind of see them like gliding. And then right here they have a reflection, which all you do is duplicate it, put it on the layer below, flip them upside down, make sure that their feet are aligned, and then choose whatever blending mode that just makes it look like they're flying under the water. This text right here, it's nothing really special. It's just a preset text. Yeah, 3D text zoom, and then you just put it there. I could have done something like I add a reflection on the water, and then this part where we have like so many transitions and the melee stage comes in. I've never been able to play this on the edit tab once. Look, see, I literally press play. It's so laggy. For this, you get melee, you get the freaking Game Shark, you get to the developer mode, you turn off all the characters, you make sure that the game doesn't instantly end or crash, and then you just record the characters there, doing whatever they're doing. And then like right here, I just had UL there just to have the freaking wave dash. And as you saw right there, there was like the characters had shadows. And that can be really easy to do. And all you do is just add 3D keyer, make sure this is on that, turn dispel up, I guess. But just make sure that you're not cutting out every single part of the green. I mean, this part doesn't have any green at all, so it's completely fine. And then this is sort of the annoying part, which you just duplicate it, go like this, flip it upside down, pitch all the way. I mean, you don't really need pitch. You could just go like this and then turn it black. But for that sort of really nice lighting effect, I just turn the pitch up and then zoom up all the way. Make sure that what I do here is I just line their feet up. Sometimes you're just gonna have to mess with the zoom. It's really annoying. So like right there, it's good. And then you go to the color tab. For some reason, it doesn't select the layer you were already on, so you're just gonna have to do that. And then right now, oh, it's completely black. And then for the entire video, I think every single shadow is set to opacity 65. So like, oh, right there, it looks like they're kind of in the stage. Like maybe I could put them lower. But that's basically the trick I just did to put them in every single stage. That's just like the basic thing you need to know, is just green screen, duplicate everything. Because also, if you were to just take out the shadow, it doesn't look good and it just looks like they're on a background. And it's not really that immersive where they're like right there. It's like they're in the game. And then there are some stages where I do color correcting. Like right here, I think it's kind of obvious. I'm not sure if I did it too much, but it's just really easy to do this. You just go to the color tab, make sure you're on the right one, just turn the red up, and just make sure it looks good without it being too obvious. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. Wait. Oh yeah, something I'd like to mention is that when you're recording footage for this game, if you were to ever replicate this, you have to set the camera mod to a fixed camera, or else where something like this would happen. I mean, for the cinematic supers, you kind of have to have it off fixed camera, or else the camera will switch and then it won't go back to the original place. So that's like the one exception where you have to have the fixed camera turned off. Because like right there, you could see how he's kind of sliding off the floor, which is what would happen if you didn't have fixed camera on. But that's how you really you just got to make sure that you're not you actually get good footage. Like right here, it's just rotate the camera. And then also this was really hard to hit in game with the camera rotated like this, because when he's hitting like the close M and he's facing backwards, it was so hard to tell where he actually was there. So I don't really recommend doing this because it is really hard to actually get the footage for. And I think I only used that once the entire video. Like this right here is just a mix of, oh, background, put the characters there, and then I add a box. It has a drop shadow effect just to give it this little shadow effect. And then I turned Grimnir sort of tannish to make him look like a statue, because he is top 1. And then this Fire Alpaca, I don't have the, I think I deleted the project file, but I tried to make it look as if it was an actual sign, which is just add the text, make sure it doesn't go over the sign, blur it a bit, boom. And there's a thing you can do with the characters, is that you can individually turn them off. Like Lancelot was in this scene, but he was invisible because I turned him off. And yeah, I mean the effects were still there, but he was like doing that Blade Impulse, I believe, and then it just knocked her back there. It's just a really easy effect to get. This text right here, it's built in. I'm not gonna use the freaking Fusion tab just to edit and take 10 times longer than I need to when there's just preset text. Also, just a note, like 60-70% of these stages were requested by people. So if there was just a stage that you had no idea what it was from, it was most likely a fighting game, which right here is Tekken 5. And since you can't turn off the HUD in Tekken 5, I just had to zoom in a bunch right here. I mean, I'm not complaining, but for PS2 games, you can't really mod them. Like some stages would be really zoomed in, as to where Tekken 7 you can mod, so this is like the full scope right here. I'm not going to just teach everyone how to mod each and every one of these because they're all individually unique and they all have different methods. This isn't really that interesting, but the mod has this feature where you get to turn certain things off, like the characters, the HUD, and depending on the stage you can turn off some background objects, which right here I kind of just removed a lot of the space, which doesn't look that cool now that I'm looking at it, and especially with this weird camera angle. I don't really like this that much, but if anyone was wondering, that's how you do it. This, I think it's just, yeah, it's a DaVinci Resolve effect, where it's effect, paper edge, put it right there, get thumbtacks. Wait, that's, oh yeah. And if you want to be cool, add a drop shadow. So, yeah. And then right here, I just pixelated the shadows here. I don't think anyone really cares, but it's just mosaic blur, adjust it to however you want it to look. And then right here, I think this is where I started adding really stupid details to some of these clips, which, I mean, looking at it, it's kind of obvious, and now looking at it, I kind of did a terrible job. I brightened the characters whenever the lightning flashed, which, breaking this down, the lighting layer is just a sort of cropped version of this, because I have no idea how to just have a brightness effect on the top half, so I just duplicated it, trimmed it a bit. Because if you were to actually, because I'm not 100% sure if this happens in Alpha, like Street Fighter Alpha, but I just felt like turning them brighter. And this was also a keyframing nightmare, because I just turned down the opacity a bunch, and I made it frame perfect, so this just took a while to do. Oh yeah, this Mortal Kombat stage. Since you could just download the asset for this stage on friggin' Google Images, I doubt anyone noticed this, but there's an extra layer of spikes in front of them, like how it is in the actual game. Also, just looking at this in game, I think this is like the secret stage where you fight Reptile in Mortal Kombat 1. I believe he was in the game, right? But just looking at it there, like they were kind of overlapping with this. It kind of looked like they were walking on the pillars sometimes, so I tried to make it look as I tried to make a lot of these stages look like the sort of size they would be in the game they're from, like up until the end where I just wanted to get the video done. That's why a lot of these like random details just disappeared. And then the freaking Brawlhalla stage, this was a request. And I guess for stages where it's kind of like a cliff. All I did here was I just trimmed the top, or else actually looking at that, it kind of looks cool. But I don't think that's how shadows work. So you just trim it, and the thing you see a lot in this video is just the pop wobble transition. I think that's like my favorite transition right next to crossfade, which I think is like the only thing I ever used in this video. Cause look, it's right there. And also the font I used, I don't think anyone cares. Verdana, bold. The outline is 8, and then for some of them I added drop shadow. Like right here, I forgot. But majority of the time I add a drop shadow. It's very slightly noticeable. I think for this part, wait, did I? Oh yeah. It's barely noticeable. But for some reason when Soares does that pose, like right here, it shakes the screen, which I don't think you could really help with the camera mod. Even if the screen is fixed, it just does it automatically. So, like, I don't know why I gave up halfway through, but for a few frames, you could see the background actually move with him. See? It seems like I forgot to do it with the shadows as well, but that's just like a slight detail I just remembered. A little detail, I forgot they do this, but you can tell that the characters I was playing as when recording the stage are off on the right because everyone, like this dude right there and these dudes at the top, are just looking to the right. So, like off to the side right here, there were just like 2 characters here just standing here. And then the thing I'm the most proud of is... Oh! The cans moved. So what I did for this is I just looked up a set of Street Fighter 3 and I remembered the cans moving whenever you knocked someone down when playing Third Strike. So I don't have the video here, but I just overlapped the video with the cans where they... Like, these aren't the exact places where the cans would be. But what I did with the stage is I cut out the cans. Wait, let me just turn these off. I cut out the cans, and you can't even tell that there was a can here, because that's where it originally was. And then I lined the video up with the cans, and then I just keyframed it to exactly how they move. And you can't even tell these are images. I would go through the process of keyframing, but it's a really annoying process, and it's just really time consuming. This was a recommendation and also just an idea I had. I think it's really obvious. You just go to the, what's it called, color tab, and I don't even remember what I did. I think I just messed with it. I turned the contrast up. I did whatever with the pivot just to make it look like a Footsies character. I would pixelate them, but it kind of did look weird when I did that. And then, obviously, if you played Footsies, since Loane blocked, the shield went away, which is something that happens in Footsies. Obviously, I just took this image, covered it up with white, and then this right here, I couldn't mod the HUD, so it's kind of zoomed in. I think, oh yeah, you can remove the HUD, but you can't remove the characters. Yeah, this is cross tag battle because I don't own Persona 4 Arena. It's like right there, it's boom. I doubt you guys noticed this. I animated those clouds. Since this is the exact same image from... Wait, I think I cut it out. No, I didn't. This is the exact same stage, like the pit stage. So it's like 2 stages in one because I don't know if you played Mortal Kombat. You can uppercut people and then they land into the pit and they die. So I remember this was a stage, and then I looked up a video for this, and I tried to get these stupid clouds as accurate as possible. You can't tell at all because this video is moving at 0.5 frames per second. But I had to cut out this freaking platform, the 3 sets of clouds, the moon. And since the clouds were just like 3 clouds in one, I had to repeat the image over and over again, which was just really, really annoying to me. But in the end, this is a really cool scene. And then, I don't know what I was thinking here. And then I got requested to do Little Big Planet, which I don't own Little Big Planet, so I just got these images off Google Images, which really helped out in the end. Oh yeah, you could barely tell, but they actually have reflections here. I think I turned it down a bit too much. I think for the other parts, I use hard light, which I believe is a better reflection blending mode, and then set it to like 50, which sometimes makes it look like glass, sometimes it doesn't, but I think hard light is the best blending mode to work here. Then this effect right here. Wait, is this in the actual thing? No, it isn't. Wait. Yeah, I don't know why, but whenever you have the playback resolution really low, it kind of just makes stuff up. Like I thought there was a shadow here, and then it disappears. Which, by the way, for some reason, when you're trying to add a green screen to stuff and the playback resolution is really low, sometimes it'll look really bad. This is a terrible example because it actually worked for once, but sometimes you'll have to turn the playback resolution all the way back to full just to actually cut out all the parts of the green screen. And then the Darkstalker stage. I have no idea what fighting game this was. I think it was like an indie game, but whenever you got hit by something really stupid, it showed like the screenshot before you got hit just to show that you were mashing or something. I have no idea what game that was, but I just repressed that in my memory just to bring it back here. And then I gave it this cool rotating effect, just keyframes, make sure it's smooth so it's not, because if it were to be straight, it would just look like this, which actually doesn't look that bad. And then a slight little thing, you could see them slide in here. There was a little error there. And then see, he slides in there. I really like this effect I did. I think I got the inspiration from Tsukuyomi's charge attack from Grand Blue Fantasy. She kind of has these like black speed lines. It's not really exactly like how it was in Grand Blue Fantasy, but that's exactly where I got the inspiration from. And the freaking keyframes I did though. And I hope that you understood that I said this was really annoying. For some reason, for this part right here, I recorded myself knocking something off my shelf right there, because I was freaking reference studying, but it looked really stupid when I did it, and you just kind of make it bounce back. SSBA is, or is it? Yeah, the Y position. Let me zoom in a bunch. You can see it kind of goes down a bit. You can barely see it, but you got to make it bounce so that it looks like it's actually pushing it. You kind of spike the speed here. You kind of make it start off slow, then make it go faster, which replicates real movement. What a shock. I wish this turned out a lot better than it did. I should have just booted up Super Mario 64 and just got an image of this, because, obviously this is supposed to replicate the mirror effect. But then, something else is happening in the background. I really hate this. And right here you can see Jita disappear behind the pillar, which, I just cut it out. Wait. Actually, I mean, you can't really see it. But, right there. I cut out the, pillars here, and then I put them over to that video, which, it makes sense. This is a Dark Souls reference, if you couldn't tell, which has the bonfire, and then Karth, I think that's his name. In the background, he's just like slowly pulling in. I really like this editing part, because if you didn't know what this facial expression is from, it's from Vicala's SSBA. I should have just cut out the white from this, but I think it looks funnier either way. I wish there was a way to edit where I could put his feet over it, but then I'd have to make Lil Wayne an entirely different video, and then I'd have to make Belial an entire different video, and that's just really annoying. I like this. This little section where the desktop icons fall off. Windows XP Simulator, get a screenshot. If you zoom in a lot, yeah, you could see this freaking green line, which I found the images for the old Windows XP icons. I just named a random file, My Documents, tried to green screen it, and then I turned it into all these separate images, and then they kind of jump before falling. I don't think it looks that good. Actually, no, this one rotates really well. And then that one falls off a lot later. Specifically for this, I just wanted to mention, I never played MVC1, so I don't know if this is like a thing Wily does when a character wins or something, but I noticed that there was like this separate file where he's walking around, so I just decided to add that because I thought it looked cool. And then I just saw a video of MVC1 and I saw their shadows were sort of pixelated, so if there was a pixely shadow, I got a straight circle and then I put a mosaic blur over it. And then I don't know if you noticed for this, I color corrected Fairy's shadow to be exactly like the one on the Tekken 8 stage. Goodness gracious. Like, it's not even a shadow because you could still see this really shiny part on her boot, which I just couldn't fix for some reason. This is like the only time where I changed the camera angle and green screened at the same time, because for the Soul Calibur stage, I noticed that the camera was kind of like above their heads. And just saying, screenshot's hard, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I forgot that I sort of trimmed out the reflection just to be exactly where the water was. Unnecessary detail, but sure. And then for this part, wait, let's see if you guys could just recognize the song from like 2 seconds. Apparently that song was non-copyrighted, and then 4 hours right after the video came out, it was copyrighted, so for like up until here and the end, the audio cuts out at a stupid time. Hey, and I'm trying to get my 35 cents from YouTube, thank you, so this was just not really a keyframing nightmare. It was just really annoying to do, having them all at the stable speed. Also, the thing I hate for a lot of this video is this little gray soft part, which I can't really get rid of because no matter how hard I try, it doesn't really look that good. I wish I could make it more of like a circle instead of the square. There isn't really an option to do that unless there's an editing effect I could do, but it's just what it is and I can't really do anything about it. Oh, keyframing nightmare. It was like the only thing. It's probably not the only thing I did where I had the text follow that, but it's just really annoying to do. It takes like 3 minutes to actually finish that. Also, I guess bringing this up, noise gradient textured background, just mess with it. Like, you could do this. I wish I could use this for another video, but I'm not trying to replicate all of this again. And then this is Tekken Tag 2 stage, which I had to zoom in because there's like 2 poles in the back, and I kind of softened out the bottom here just to try to make it look like they were over the flowers, which I can't really do, which was the effect in Tekken where the flowers would disappear, I believe. This brawl stage, I couldn't really get I don't even think there's a dev mode on Brawl. So I think if you look in the corners, there was like 2 Pikachus. Oh yeah, you could definitely see it over there. Yeah, see, there's a really small Pikachu. And then for this stage, it looks like garbage because I have a Switch, I have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I recorded this, tried to upload it to the micro SD card or to YouTube, and then, thanks Nintendo, I don't have a freaking online subscription. I don't even know why you need that to upload things. But I'm not paying $20 for a stupid stage, so it's gonna be really, really low quality. Also, this was a request, so I kind of had to put it in. And I didn't really want to download Xenoblade Chronicles anyways. Also, this stage, oh my goodness, I need to talk about this. This is from the Touhou fighting game, and I believe it uses the Mugen engine. I want anyone to please tell me if they recognize this file type. Either one of these. These are the stages, by the way. So, I thought I could just put this into Mugen, make a character that's invisible, and then just record it. I tried doing that. It didn't work. It took too long. I gave up. And then I downloaded like a Mugen editor, I believe. I'm not sure that's the name of it, but it was basically used to edit Mugen assets. I downloaded that. And by the way, this took me like 6 hours to do, by the way, just for this stupid stage that's on screen for 7 seconds. I mean, I added 2 stages, but still, never again. Then from this, it's the Azumanga Daioh fighting game stage. You could just barely tell, but there's moving sand at the bottom, which was a thing that happened in the fighting game. What you do is just get the asset, put it at the bottom, make it repeat a bunch. Also, I just gotta point this out, zooming in and having, these are 2 different assets, Lil Wayne and the background. I have to zoom in on Lil Wayne and the background and make it look the exact same, because if the stage weren't to change, it would look like this and be really stupid. So just tediously zooming in on both characters was something I had to do, or else it would look really stupid. This stage, I have no idea why I didn't pixelate the shadows, but that is the shadows that appear in Street Fighter 3. And then for this jump effect, I just made it smaller. Oh my goodness, it's like an actual video game. And for this stage, bro, I should have just decided to not take some of these requests, because I had to play through the entire BlazBlue Central Fiction just to get this stage. It wasn't fun, but also someone requested a stage that also was required to beat BlazBlue, which was kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So this was one of the most annoying things to do when editing. I have no idea where I got this idea from. I think it came from having 2 things play at once, and then I was like, what if I just have 2 monitors? And since this is such a high effort editing clip, you can't even see what's happening. But Vasaraga throws Narmaya with the light and medium DP on both ones, and then, oh my goodness, she's on the right monitor now. And then Vasaraga turns around. How did that happen? I think what I did was, yeah, right here, I cut Vasaraga in like the perfect place, and I turned Narmaya off, and then I had her jump over Vasaraga, so he turned around, and I didn't just cut it and then do this, and he just flipped around. I don't really like this. I'm gonna ignore it. Oh my goodness, my favorite part. You could obviously see right here, the reflection is only in the puddles. So just pulling out the project file right here. I don't have the original stage right here, but what I do is I cut out all the puddles here, this extra bit where I believe it's not really animated. And when layering this correctly, I believe it's the GIF repeated at the bottom. So we have the shadow layer at the bottom, exclusion, I guess that was just the blending mode I used. Like for this part, you just want to make sure that nothing is animated at the bottom, or else like the characters moving in the background like might be cutting out. This just took a really long time because I had to just lasso every single part of the puddle. And then I guess I moved the stage left just to put more effort on this for no reason at all. And then a nice little detail I did with this part is, this is a KOF 99, it's KOF 99 or 2000 stage. But like the thing with this stage is that it starts off as daytime, and then, oh, it's starting to get darker, ooh, storm's coming. And then later it's raining like crazy. Funny enough, somebody requested this version of the stage, and then I think somebody requested this version of the stage. I was gonna have it transition either way, but I thought that was really cool that it just worked out in my favor. Actually, I just noticed I didn't even have shadows to this part. Apart from this, apart from these 2, I just don't have shadows here. Right as I went from the specific character groups to the character-specific knowledge checks, the budget dropped because it was insanely hard to edit this for like 6 hours a day. And then this, I created this even though it's like impossible to hit in an actual game because they have to be standing at the start, and I have no idea why anybody would be stand blocking when he could just low you right here. So, and he can't even do anything after this because if you could air dash cancel and wind, he still wouldn't be able to do it because he was just in water a second ago. So that's like the only time. It's so garbage. And like, what if they still remain standing? It's cooked. And like, what if they're short? And then this, like these parts, I used U model. Yeah, that's what it's called. Just to get the assets from Granblue, because oh, this is really high quality for what it is. You just need to know the file path to find these assets and then just drag them in. It's like the only time this happened. And this was a YouTube video because I don't own Injustice 1. I thought it looked really cool because it was kind of panning and it kind of looked like he was rotating too, even though he wasn't at all. And then I reused the blue stage for some reason. I wonder how many stages I actually reused. One of my favorite effects a while ago was camera shake, and then I keyframe it to make it get more and more intense. Someone recommended the field stage for Mortal Kombat 1, and since I don't own it, it's a static image, and there were no YouTube videos, and nobody was offering to just record the stage for me. So I added these random particle effects and this noise gradient to make it look really bright and animated. Lol. Dude. Why does that happen? Okay, I think that should be good. I don't know why that happened. Just a random thing I'd like to complain about. There was this, was it Planes of Passage from Shovel Knight? I downloaded this image, it was pixel perfect, but every time I dragged it into DaVinci Resolve, it looked like a JPEG. And I put it through here, look, see it's pixel perfect. And then every time I exported it, it looked like a JPEG. So I think all I did was I screenshotted this and then I dragged it in and I was like, oh, cool. And that took me like 15 minutes. This stage, give it a nice KF 98, I think. Just hard. Oh my goodness, please. My Queen Greatest Hits CD isn't holding my phone up anymore. And by the way, yes, I'm actually using that as a phone stand. Yeah, like I was saying, hard light, duplicate. I didn't pitch this and zoom in a bunch just because I thought it just looked weird. There's like just specific things that you want to pitch and not pitch because see with these pillars here, they're just going straight down. So I thought that they should just go straight down too. And then I don't think I really need to talk about a lot of this because it's just adding a green screen and a bunch of transitions, maybe darkening the screen. Also, I'm only 11 minutes through. What do you mean? I've been recording for an hour and 3 minutes. Oh yeah, by the way, Zenzri, I doubt you're watching this. I hate you. I exposed your tech. I think I kind of zoomed in a bit too much. Also, I can't remove the characters in BlazBlue. This looks really bad. Oh yeah, bringing up the fixed camera thing all the way at the start. You can see I zoomed in here. This is a unfixed camera, so the camera is moving with the characters, and I can't really move this because it just would look wrong. Yeah, see how it's kind of gliding there? This isn't an error, I just couldn't instantly switch from an unfixed camera to a fixed camera from the SBA cinematic or change the camera, so I kind of just had to let it be. Also, I don't really like this color correcting. I have no idea why it was so animated like that. Thing I'd like to mention with this stage is I was sitting here for an entire 10 minutes. This is a recommended stage. And this train goes around like the pumpkin center. It genuinely goes around the whole thing. And you know how long that took? Like 15 minutes. I left my room and I came back and it was like halfway there. Like you could genuinely, you can see the stage moving. It's so dumb. This is an excerpt stage. You can't play on the stage for more than like a minute. So there was genuinely no reason to just do it. Because you could be like the Tekken 8 boat stage where it just stops the boat entirely after like 110 seconds because that's how long Tekken lasts for. The only time you actually get to see it is in training mode. Because there was no way that they were going to animate a boat going around the Eiffel Tower and such a huge stage. Like, if anything, that's such a Western game dev moment if they were to add such useless detail like that. Also, when I was requested this, dude said the train stage, but I thought it was the training mode stage. So like these are like this is why these are back to back, because I kind of recorded them either way. Also, yo, what was up with this, guys? Yo, this balance patch. I'm convinced that these devs just lost like a ranked match and then they decided to buff this character. Because what do you mean they buffed every single projectile by 2 frames? You know how much 2 frames is? And then for this part of the video, I go to Fire Alpaca, get green screen, get the image, move it around with the mouse like that. If you didn't notice, I color corrected the shadows here. This is where I started using Street Fighter 6 stages, and a little thing I noticed is Street Fighter 6, whenever you're in a match, there's like this spotlight and it's following both characters at the same time. And obviously you could see that Andy and Joe are looking off to the right, so obviously there is... Oh, they're right there. So right here, as you can see, there's kind of like a spotlight right here, and then there's a dark side right here. So I think there's another Street Fighter stage that appears, but I don't think the mod I was using allowed for me to turn off the characters. If so, I would have, or I just couldn't figure it out. But that's why there's this kind of weird shadow there. Also, I have no idea what I was doing with this, like this PowerPoint presentation. Like, I don't know why I didn't just record this in game. I wish Matera's and Fairy's knowledge checks were a lot better, but I genuinely had no idea what to add because I asked different people, and like this is literally what I got, which is cool. But also these characters in general are more of just trial and error and not actual knowledge checks. So that's why these were so garbage in my opinion. And like I said, I had to add one for every character. I would have literally cut them out if I didn't make that rule. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh wait, what was... Oh, what? Yeah, I think the spotlight's more on the right side. And I think I made... Either I made them walk off screen or I zoomed in a lot. I'm not sure what I did here anymore. And for some reason, I don't know why like their size changes so much in this section. Like it changes 4 times. Then hey, oh, Pokken tournament. It was a request, so I had to add it. It looks so lonely here. Oh, Brawlhalla stage. I don't think I have it where the stage just completely stops. But this was the stage I was talking about a second ago, the Tekken 8 boat stage. Because as you can see right here, it's actually moving past the Eiffel Tower. I got this clock tower stage from just Google Images. I think that's why it's so low quality. I just don't know how to mod MVC2. Oh yeah, I added this, the KOF 98 beach stage. Like 2 individual people referenced that. If you didn't know, it's from this.
Finally.
All right, everybody, pick the stage.
I want KOF 98 beach stage.
You got it. I actually have that.
I had no idea what that was until I literally had it revealed to me. So that's why it's in this. Also, I wish I had a better image because these are kind of pixely and really ugly looking. And in this, it was just going to be a green screen just for this part, but I was like, since it's at the start here, why not just keep it there? Because this is the only time in the video where the green screen UI actually appears. Also, just zooming in a lot for this part because I zoomed in before adding the stage, and it was really annoying to actually get the size right on everything, or at least close. I think I was just... Also, that was like improvised, all of what I said there. Oh yeah, the stage. Well, I don't have the project file anymore, but like every single part that was black, like 100% black, it would have these gray lines, like right, you can see right there. And I had to individually cut out every single, or at least majority of the black lines here, because yo, I'm not doing all these. I did like this entire bookshelf, like every single line here, here, here. I had to edit out because in the Mugen editor, I don't know why, but these were technically transparent. Like this is the transparent part right here. And then I just had to individually fill that in because I don't know why I don't know why this is transparent here, but it was. Oh yeah, I have no idea why Guilty Gear Strive's backgrounds are actually so detailed. Because this was on ABBA's stage, and then I just rotated it a bit. and it looked like this is where you'd be fighting. And then right here, it's on the third part of the stage. And then right here, I think it looks more like glass than it does water here, but hard light is the blending mode I'd prefer. And this isn't even the exact same angle where you're fighting, because I think it's more rotated this way. But I think for this entire stage, I just used different angles of the stage instead of the actual stage. Random image. Random image. I wish you could choose the actual different versions of the Tekken stages, because I wanted this to be like the normal daytime one instead of the rainy ones. Which I could have color corrected this, but like right up until like right here is where I edited like 8 minutes in one day, which was yesterday. It wasn't that bad because I wasn't adding stupid details, but it fell off on the it fell off at the halfway mark. Oh yeah, and some parts right there, I think I just reset the screen, and I don't think the green screen liked that, so it kind of just added this weird tint for a singular frame. I think that happens a bit in this video, but I don't think it really matters that much. Oh yeah, this is the second part of the stage, where you'd be fighting like all along here, where it's just like the left corner. Also, since I'm main avatar, of course he's gonna have the most knowledge checks. Well, even still, people in Master Rank will be mashing after the dive kick, or even the stomp. I mean, that's more of a guessing game. But this thing, both those are +2. What do you mean you're pressing? Like, no button beats a close heavy if you press there, unless it's a reversal. Also, something I'd like to show is that this super looks really cool when played in reverse. That's it. That's all I have to say. If I was psycho enough, I would have actually add the shadows, not add to the overlapping shadows, but since I was rushing, I just had it play out. Hey, but at least I got the right opacity. I'll say I like this part really a lot. And since I don't own Dead or Alive 4 and it's on an Xbox 360, which you cannot mod, I got an image from Google. Someone requested this, and of course I had to add it. Yeah, a lot of the pixel stages at the end I just added from that website because I just really wanted to get the video done with. Like right here, I think everything was a pixel stage up until this point, I'm sure. Also, I never even mentioned that if you were to press a close light, like at a far range, that the close light will turn into a far light and you die. Also, play Disillusioned Street, by the way. You should play it. It's on Steam. I don't know, what is it, like $10? Please. Also, I never watched this video back after rendering it because it took like 2 hours. And then I'd have to spend another 30 minutes watching it back. And if I had an error to fix, I'd have to render it again for 2 hours. So that's why, I don't know, maybe there would be a gray line from the green screen over here. And I don't even think I watched it back once ever since I uploaded it, so... Oh yeah, then the thumbnails. I literally just got this image from just messing around in the mod. And I was like, that expression is funny. Looks really condescending. I'm gonna use it. And then this was more for... just to try to get it to look really eye-catching, I guess. Kind of have this gradient in the background. I don't even know what the font I use is. And Fire Alpaca doesn't have an outline filter. Yeah, basically what I did to get that outline effect, because it doesn't even exist in Fire Alpaca, is you duplicate it, protect alpha, turn everything black, put it on the layer below, filter, blur, I guess turn it up a bunch, and then duplicate it 50 times. Boom. That's how you get an outline. Also, this thumbnail, the game crashed right as I took the screenshot, and I didn't feel like getting this really hard pose again. Wait, let me just... Yeah, basically this is the original image. And then these two are just thumbnails I just never used. Okay, so anyways, I'm done. I hope that you guys actually understood everything I was saying, and this video took way too long to do. Wait, how long have I been recording this for? An hour and 33 minutes. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this video, like teaching you how to do it and just my thoughts on how I made it. I made the script on March 6th, so this video took me nearly an entire month to make, and I've been working on that video like every day since. If I've been working on this video for nearly 6 hours almost every day, I'm definitely getting way over 100 hours on this video, so I'm out of here.